Hello and welcome to the session. Now let's look into the remaining part here. So we have seen a lot of different collection framework items. Now let us see the collections item. Collections is basically a class. Okay, we will see the difference also. So collection and collections, those are different things. Collection is an interface and collections is a class. Okay, just to give you an idea. Yeah, so if you see, collection is an interface which can be extended by some other interfaces and classes and all. So collection is an interface, and collections is basically a class. Okay, and it has a lot of useful methods, so that is why it makes sense to learn collections. Okay, collection is an interface, collections is a class. Collections class has very useful, uh, so to say, static methods which makes programmers life super easy. Okay, it has a lot of useful methods. So it contains polymorphic algorithm that operates on collection data structure objects. So we will see with an example. Now when, for example, sorting, reverse order, rotate, max fill, and those things. So when you say collections dot sort, you can insert different type of objects inside it. So you can sort a set, you can sort an array list, and so on. So same method. So it's a polymorphic algorithm. Polymorphic methods are there for different kinds of objects. Let us see with example. So I have this array list here. Okay, we have seen array list also. Now array list, I have added some elements in some random order. Now if you see collections dot sort and the array list. So with simple one method for this, from this collections class, so we are calling this static method, and we can pass one array list. So with just one method call, you can get the array list sorted in ascending order. Okay, if you want to sort it in descending order, you just have to say collections dot reverse order. Okay, with just one method, you can sort the entire array list. Okay, let's see this first. Okay, so if you see, this is the insertion order in which I have entered the elements. Now with here I am saying collections dot sort in by default. So by default is ascending order. So if you see, the letters are the words are sorted in ascending order. And now in the next, if you see collections dot reverse order, so it will be sorted in the reverse order. So that is the advantage using collections framework. Okay, let's see the next example. In the next example, I am having a linked hash set, and I am adding some number as a here in the linked hash set. Now here, if you see collections dot sort, the linked hash set, or basically hash set. So if you sort it, so this is the order in which I am entering, and let's see after sorting what are the elements which are present. Yeah, now this is sorting hash map. We will see in a bit. Okay, let's see sorting a set. Okay, so if you see, these are all sorted in ascending order by just calling this method collections.sort. Okay, so let us see sorting of hash map. Okay, so I have in this example, right hand side is in hash map, and now I'm ordering the keys in some random fashion. Okay, so if you see 100 is the lowest, which is at the bottom, and 600 is somewhere in between. Now what I'm doing is basically I'm um, using a tree map, and in the tree map I am passing the map only. So this is another mechanism to sort a hash map. This is not using the collections method but using a tree hash map. This is also fine. So this is basically sorting example. This class is all about sorting example, right? So if you see, the order is different, but when I use a tree map, then it is all keys are all in sorted order. Right, so now let us see another thing. Okay, so here let us see collections.max. Okay, collections.max. So collections class has a polymorphic method where it will find the maximum element from an array list. Okay, from an array list. And it can also yeah, let us see this. So after finding the max element, if you say get 0, it will return you the 0th element. Right, so if you see, there are 4 elements which are entered, and when I say max, so it will give you the maximum element, that is vegetable. Okay, and if you say get 0, then it will give you the return the 0th element anyway. Now there is something called as collections.fill and with a common object. So when you say collections.fill, then entire array list content will be replaced by this particular value. Okay, so it is basically resetting entire array list. Now get 0, get 1. So if you see get here, the first element is there, and now if you after resetting whatever element you get, that will be set to this reset or whatever you pass it here. Okay, now collections dot frequency of this reset or any particular item, so it will return you how many times this item is repeated. Okay, the frequency of that item. So if you see there were 4 elements here, so it will return 4 elements here. Right, so these are the polymorphic methods in the collections class, which are very useful for day-to-day operation. Now this is an example of rotate. So you have some array list and you want to rotate that. So if you want to do it manually, it will take a lot of time. So instead of that, what you do, you say collections dot rotate, and you mention by what distance you want to rotate. So what will happen is now it is starting with egg, banana, and in this fashion. When you say rotate with 2, that means it will start with this element, vegetable all the way up to milk, biscuits, and then egg and banana will appear at the end. Okay, so let's see with an example. Right, so if you see started with egg, banana, and other things to the biscuit. Now when I say when I say rotate by 2, distance of 2, that means now egg will be going to the second index all the way up to the cheese, and the last 2 will be added at the beginning. Milk and biscuits will be added at the front. Okay, so rotate means basically, now you see this, if you take rotate, so 2 items will be pushed inside, 2 indexes will be pushed inside, like this. Now this is again a rotate method, which is a very convenient method and very easy to use method. Okay, collections dot swap. So again swap, so swap some elements in an array list, so you can sort the 0th and the 3rd element. Shuffle is basically randomly placing the items anywhere in the in the collection interface or object. So shuffle, and you provide the array list. Okay, so it will be in some random order. Let's just run it and see. Right, so if you see this water, banana, some items are misplaced, they are shuffled. Okay, now there is a search item. So collection provide also provides collections class also provide a binary search mechanism, wherein you can directly search a big let's say array list very quickly, and you no need to actually implement a separate binary search algorithm. It is already implemented there. So now if you want to search in this array list this particular item, and it will return you the index. Now if you provide some random item, then it will not provide you the correct list, the correct index, because this 33 is not present anywhere here. Okay, so let's just run it. Right, so if the item is present, it will give you the index, the positive index. If the item is not present, then you will get -1 index. Okay, so collections framework has many other useful methods which are directly available and which will make our task super easy. Okay, which will have very useful methods which makes our life super easy, and that is why there are collections class is also used. So let us see difference between collection and collections. So collection is an interface, collections is a class. Okay, why? Because if you see, we can call the methods in the collection class directly. That is why it is a class. Okay, it has all the implemented methods, whereas in collection every method is a interface, every method is an abstract method. Now multiple data structure implementation using sublist, for example list, set and queue. So there are multiple things who implement collection interface, whereas if you see, it contains lot of utility methods. So this is important. Now it is a root class and it is not a root class. Okay, it is a root interface, I would say, of the collection framework, and this is not the root entity. It is basically somewhere independent. Now that actually covers our collection framework, and I hope it was very good understanding and practice oriented session. So let's continue our discussion in the subsequent topics. Thank you.